All right, we're here in the coffee shop. We are in Studio One, and I built a song, but I screwed up the recording. It didn't record, but here's the song I built. I would have loved to show you how I built it. Now, yeah, I know it's not a full song, so chill out. It's just a little pattern. But we basically started off with Mojito, right? And we didn't have any effects or anything on it. It was just a little stock Mojito. It sounded like... And then we did put some analog delay and room reverb on it, which if it didn't have it, it would sound like this. So we got that going, and then I added some drums, right, which I just found by going into files, and I typed drum mix, which is a good way to find a nice little drum pattern in all of your loops. If you're in sound sets, if you're in your sound sets, and where all your sound sets are in there, you could search through all your sound sets by just typing drum mix. That's how I found this guy, and it sounded good. And then I did the same thing with hats. I just typed hats in my sound sets. And I just scrolled through because there's tons and tons and tons of hats. And I found this pattern here. And I liked it. I added a little bit of analog delay to it. And it sounded good with this pattern. Now to get this pattern, by the way, I used randomized notes. And we screwed around with it a bit, like I'll show you. It was just a little 8-bar pattern, and it was actually A minor stretched all the way through. And when I randomized it, it kind of put the whole song in D. But I did basically a really short, really small range. It was even smaller than this, I think. It was something like that. And it started at like A5. And I turned off velocity, I turned off notes, I kept shuffle on, I kept apply scale on, I hit OK, and it just put them all over the place. And then I started pulling them out slowly. I just basically took a chunk like that out, I took a chunk like that out, and I took a chunk like that out, and then one at the end. And that's where we ended up with this. And that's why it sounds a little bit random. But then when we added the bass, I found out that it sounded like the whole thing was in the key of D. But I started chucking a bass in, which I got from Halion 7. Below bass, it's called. And it sounds like this. And then I added my synth. It was basically the cut. I just initialized a patch. I pulled the cut off to here, and I do what I always do. I drag that decay down. But first you got to put the modulation on. Turn this guy up. Then when you pull this decay down really low, you get a plucky sound like it is now. And then I just put some reverb and chorus on it, and I got this sound. Okay, you get it? Man, I wish I could have showed you the original recording, but what happened was I have a new little stinger in the beginning called coffee shop sessions, like that, so people can realize I'm in the coffee shop. And that was literally playing the whole time in the original recording, so there was nothing on the screen except that over and over. But I do want to brief you on one more thing. We have a webinar coming up this Thursday. It's learn how to add great sounding chords to your music. I'm going to be using Studio One and talking about the chord track. And if you go to dawgjunkie.com/ads-chords-webinar, you could go there, sign up. It's free. It's this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to put this in the description of the video here on YouTube, so you can get there too. But that's a quick little wrap up of everything I did in Studio One. Super fast wrap up, actually. Next time I will be more careful and not just show this over and over and over again. So, see you guys next time.